So the suspect in the United Healthcare CEO shooting, Luigi Mangione, has been identified and arrested in Pennsylvania. And the $1 million question is, why would he do this? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the arrest of the United Healthcare CEO shooting, Luigi Mangione, in Altoona, Pennsylvania, at a local McDonald's. Now, there's a lot we got to get into. We got to get into possible motivation behind this. We got to get into his family, their history, how much money they have. We got to get into all of that. But first things first, May Brian Thompson, rest in peace and prayers out to his family. 50 years old. He had a wife, 2 kids, gone far too soon. Prayers out to them. Now, Luigi Mangione, what's going on with this guy? As you can see right here, they found him and arrested him at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Okay, you can see him here eating a hash brown. And before you could see his face, he had on like a surgical type of mask to conceal his face. Hat, mask, still trying to be incognito. Now, why are you in the McDonald's eating rather than doing a drive-through type situation? You could just take that hash brown and go somewhere else. Why would you just be sitting right here for the employees to be able to identify you and call the police and then get arrested? And also, when they arrested him, he had the murder weapon on him. It was a 3D printed pistol, a 3D printed suppressor. He had the fake ID he was using in Manhattan to move around on him at the time. He had everything on him. So it's pretty much open and shut. I can say suspect because that's the proper terminology to use right here. But really, it's him. And you can see his face. He has very unique and distinct facial features, the eyebrows, the nose, the lips, everything. Let's go back to the first picture right here. You see, this is the mugshot. You can see the eyebrows, the nose, all of that. He looks just the same as the mugshots, the still frames that we saw when they said, okay, this is the guy right here. Be on the lookout. It's clearly him. So they were able to capture him. Now, why would he do this? I think there's one big reason. I think mental health. You see, he had a really bad back injury. He had to get screws and whatnot in his back. And friends, family say that ever since that back injury and the surgery he had, he's been spiraling downhill. Now, some are going to say that he's a right-wing guy. He was following some right-wing accounts on social media. Well, he was following right and left stuff. And from what I'm able to read, he was like into the anti-capitalism thing. Now, here's the twist to that. Some are celebrating Luigi, talking about you're doing the good thing for the little guy who has no money, the small guy, all this, that, and the third, when in reality, he comes from a very wealthy family in Maryland, specifically Towson, right outside of Baltimore. His family owns not one, but 2 country clubs. They own a bunch of other real estate and a local radio station. His cousin is a politician. This guy is not coming from a poor place. He's traveled the world, been surfing in Hawaii, lived in California for a while, San Francisco. He's not a poor person. I think maybe he had the surgery, they put him on drugs, and then his mind just snapped and went somewhere else. That's what I think happened, but we got a lot more here. Let's get into the news clip first. Then we're going to get into some opinions from normies online and regular media and everything else. I will link to all the clips, all the articles in the box. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
We begin with breaking news and stunning new details in the arrest of a suspect and the murder of the United Healthcare CEO.
Earlier tonight, that suspect, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione, was walked into court in Pennsylvania. Caroline Elliott is tracking the case in New York.
Scott and Don, tonight we just got an update from officials in this case, and we're told the suspect was visibly shaking when officers approached him in a McDonald's earlier today. According to police, Luigi Mangione was wearing a blue medical mask when the McDonald's employee in Pennsylvania recognized him from the wanted posters.
Let's pause for a second. Now, the thing, going back to what I was saying earlier, why would you just be in the McDonald's eating a hash brown when people can see you? Okay, you got your face covered, but you look crazy, suspicious. Anybody wearing masks, no more. You got them big, crazy eyebrows, the eyes, all of that is very, very distinctive. Very, it's a unique and strong facial feature. So they're going to be able to recognize you. So this kind of points to him not really being a professional. He's a smart guy. He went to Penn, Ivy League school. He's a smart guy, but a couple of things. He's not a professional in the sense of a trained assassin. He's just smart. So he was able to do certain things, right? Get the 3D printed weapon, all this, that, and the third. He knew where he was going to be. He had that right, but he had left a book bag. He had fingerprints. He made a bunch of amateur mistakes. Okay, so he was smart enough to do this, but not smart enough to get away with it. Okay, that's pretty much what's going on.
When police got there, officers asked the suspect to pull down his mask and immediately recognized him as the suspect in this case. The suspect handed officers a fake ID with the name Mark Rosario. Police ran the ID, realized it was fake, and asked the suspect why he lied. According to court documents, he told officers, quote, "I clearly shouldn't have." According to police, the suspect was found with a similar gun to the one used in the shooting and several fake IDs. Police also found a document that's been described as a manifesto that showed, quote, ill will towards corporate America.
A firearm was located and a suppressor was also located.
Now let's pause. Now, I've heard about the manifesto, but I've not been able to read it. If I can find the manifesto, if I can find some excerpts, some screenshots or something, I will link to that in the box. But as of right now, I do not have that.
There were also other items of evidentiary value that were located that would assist in this investigation.
This afternoon, a United Healthcare spokesperson told Fox today's arrest has given some relief to the CEO's family, friends, and colleagues. Throughout the day, officials have also praised the McDonald's employee for recognizing the suspect, even with a mask on.
Yeah, he had really strong features on his face, so it's like it's easy to see you. Now, let's go to how a lot of your non-binaries, your LGBTs and whatever kind of things, the irregulars. Let's see what the irregulars think about the whole situation. And I think we already know where it's going to go. Check it out.
I don't give a that he shot that CEO. I hope he's got a list. I hope he's working down.
All right. So you can see what they are saying. Now let's get to the corporate media. Let's get to the mainstream media, CNN. Let's see what they say about the whole situation, shall we?
Later in the night, we're also going to talk about Penny and the verdict there. Mm-hmm. There you also have a victim who somebody determined did not deserve to continue living, right?
No.
Yeah, tell me which vigilante action is okay.
One is being proactive, right? So this kid who executed a guy walking away from him, shot him in the back, for no reason whatsoever. Daniel Penny is a hero. You can say anything you want. Talk to people who ride the subway every day. Because I do all the time. So I can't find anyone who rides the subway who's unhappy about this verdict.
Well,
exactly. Right on. So, hey, I'm glad that CNN had an opposing view on that. They tried to make Daniel Penny out to be a vigilante, talking about, he just deleted him because what? At a certain point, the guy was threatening people, had a long history of threatening people, was a schizophrenic. This guy was having a mental episode in which not only were others on the train in danger, but Jordan Neely himself was in danger. Daniel Penny came in there to save the day. He was a hero. Okay, that's what it was. It's unfortunate that Jordan Neely died, but that's not Daniel Penny's fault. If you want to blame anybody, you might want to start with Jordan Neely. Maybe start with his family. Maybe start with those who knew that he was spiraling, who knew that he was out of control, but did nothing. Or maybe you can't even blame them, because what can you really do with somebody that has mental health issues? What are you really going to do? It's not anyone's fault, really. It is what it is. Now, here's a former roommate of the shooter talking about him.
He was a very thoughtful person, communicated really well, was friendly, had good relationships with everyone. He was even, in some ways, a bit of a leader. He helped spearhead a book club that we started just so we could, keep those intellectual pursuits alive.
Now, there's more to this, but I'll pause it right there. So people that were around him, close to him, they didn't see anything wrong with him until that back surgery. He appeared to be normal. He appeared to be a people person. He appeared to be somebody that was going somewhere. But once that back surgery happened, He spiraled out of control, crashed out, and the result was Brian Thompson lost his life. Now, as I close, I want to say this. Again, rest in peace to Brian Thompson and to Luigi Mangione, man. You about to go to the penitentiary to make big rocks to little. I want to get an update on that mental health part of it. If the back surgery played a part, were there any drugs involved? Because part of his manifesto that I was able to see from news articles, but not the entire thing, they said that he was talking about how all they want to do is put you on drugs. I'm like, okay, that might be the key piece right there. The drugs might have been put on as a result of the back surgery. Are you on opioids? Are you on some kind of thing that makes you kind of psychotic? I don't really know, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on this whole situation with Luigi Mangione and Brian Thompson and the discourse around it, talking about, oh, it's justified because eat the rich, although Luigi himself comes from a rich family. Again, his family owns 2 country clubs, a radio station, and a bunch of other real estate. He went to Ivy League school. He's traveled the world. So what are we talking about exactly? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think the drugs did this. He probably wouldn't have gone down this path if not for that. And it's not even about necessarily a personal grievance with the healthcare industry as far as what they did to him financially. Maybe he's mad at the whole drug part. Maybe that's the key. But regardless of what he's mad at, regardless of the grievance, that does not make it okay to do what he did. Not at all. So he's going to the penitentiary, big rocks to little, which is where he belongs. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.